You wake up to an early alarm and instinctively mutter, "Why is this happening?" Then you realize your neighbor is within earshot, and you immediately fall silent, feeling embarrassed. Society often treats talking to oneself as a sign of isolation or mental instability. We have been conditioned to believe that keeping our thoughts inside is the only way to remain the picture of sanity. Behind that silence, the human mind is a noisy environment. It functions like a subway station at peak hour, where unspoken plans and sensory flooding compete for your attention all at once. Vocalizing these thoughts helps manage the abstract mess. By pushing ideas out of your mouth, you force a swirl of competing impulses to form a single line of logic. Externalized self-talk is a functional tool for processing complex information. It is a specific mechanism that allows us to engage with our own cognition. The voice we hide out of shame is actually the brain using a specific method to maintain order and focus. We began using this tool in early childhood. In the 1930s, psychologist Lev Vygotsky identified private speech in children, noting how they talk to themselves while navigating new tasks. These children aren't just playing, they are building the foundations of emotional regulation. As we grow older, this speech internalizes. The outward narration becomes a silent inner monologue guiding our decisions. When adult life becomes too complex, we instinctively return to this childhood mechanism. We bring the voice back into the physical world to regain control over a difficult situation. Consider the frustration of looking for lost keys. Your brain is trying to scan the room and manage your stress simultaneously, often causing your internal processor to jam. Saying the word keys aloud changes your urological activity, forcing the speech center, auditory cortex, and prefrontal cortex to synchronize. This acts as a targeting system, filtering visual distractions and accelerating your ability to recognize the object. Narrating your actions physically lowers the effort required to stay focused, using your own voice to point your attention exactly where it needs to be. This process also applies to emotional regulation. When anxiety spikes before a high-pressure meeting, your cognitive load reaches its limit. Vocalizing your stress provides a measurable release. It helps ground the emotion, making it feel less like an internal storm and more like a specific problem to be addressed. You can improve this effect by using distanced self-talk. Instead of using I statements, you address yourself by your own name or as you. Shifting these pronouns creates a psychological buffer. It allows you to process a crisis as if you were offering advice to a friend, creating the distance needed to stay calm. This technique physically reduces the intensity of the stress, making a high-pressure situation feel manageable rather than overwhelming. The tone of this conversation matters. If your self-talk is habitually critical or toxic, it can trap you in a loop of self-blame that increases anxiety. This is why cognitive behavioral therapy focuses on rewriting these internal scripts. It teaches you to identify negative patterns and replace them with neutral, more compassionate reflections. History's most brilliant thinkers used external processing to their advantage. Albert Einstein was known to talk through his equations aloud to keep track of complex ideas. Nikola Tesla similarly narrated his inventions into existence. For these thinkers, external speech was a way to manage thoughts that were moving too fast for silent contemplation alone. There is no reason to suppress your own vocalizations out of social embarrassment. Deliberate self-talk helps you regulate your mood and clarify your next steps, providing a layer of objective guidance that improves your performance under pressure. When you talk to yourself, you aren't losing your mind. You are engaging with it, using your voice to navigate a world that is often loud and unpredictable.